game we like.
That?
Yeah.
That?
That we play cool.
Invoke the Trauco.
Who is the Trauco?
The Trauco is
The trauco is a small man no larger than 80 centimeters tall, strongly masculine form, ugly face, looks sweet-looking, exciting and sensual. Their legs and stump simply without feet, wearing the tight bare, sweet guineja and a cap of the same material. In the right hand is a stone axe, with replace and combed, something twisted the pavilion one face and here. It is the spirit of fruitful love, creator of new life, the father of illegitimate children. It lives in forests near.
No better to invoke the Llorona.
It is said that in the city of Mexico, when people ought to be at home when left at night, are especially strong and sustained at midnight, were sat alone months of a woman. The Llorona was a young girlfriend who did on the eve of marrying his boyfriend, and she wore a crown of white rose that I cannot add. It was sometimes that the beauty was tender orphan, more their dead and wife absence of the husband who came to bring the kiss of farewell. He could not hide his agony, and the unfortunate woman, cruelly murdered by the hello spouse, who apparently blamed is unfortunate and protest their innocence.
That boring, the bitter to invoke Tita Gomez.
In a pleasant neighborhood near the mountains, there lived a beautiful woman bride. His name was Tita Gomez. Everything was fine until one day her husband was called up to the front. A bad time to live alone at a young pregnant 3 weeks, but she expected the return of her beloved. Passed year and ended the war but did not reach her beloved husband, was left alone with a child an adolescent age and very like his father. Tita to see his beloved and remembered many evenings crying uncontrollably. Without work and virtually penniless, his situation was critical.
terrifying. We invoke Quintrala.
The Quintrala, daughter of Gonzalo of the Rios and Lisperger Encio and Catherine, was born about 1604. He had one sister, Agatha, and since his childhood he enjoyed the benefits of belonging to an aristocratic family highly recognized by the society of the time. But his education was kept poor, like most women of her time, and even could neither read nor write. His name was engraved in history after a series of horrific crimes that have been ascribed. The first was none other than the poisoning and subsequent death of the father in 1622. The Quintrala escaped justice with the great influence that his family was among the authorities of the time.
As the Countess Bathory.
The Countess Bathory was a woman belonging to the Hungary bourgeoisie who married at 50 to the soldier who was never home because he was always that war. The Countess, born of going alone, is said to have most loving cause of Count Dracula in addition to the attractive sexual games with her servants. It all started with one of the chief's servants telling her that husband died. The countess reacted badly, and you had a serious hunger to the woman, was their blame in the hands of the countess. Later, that he realized that the hands he had lost blameless are erased, and that he had alleged one of the most gruesome crimes in the series history. The countess began to take women and young virgins in order to kill them and use their blood for head, bathing and drinking to maintain eternal youth coming to
They will more if invoke the Tue story.
Tue. The moon is appeared in her songs side Tue. According to the Indian one sings, the bird is doomed. It is Indian magician who was out at night fingling. It is said that a young woman to feel invited him to hate to spend a living the next day, and great was his surprise when the next day a woman came and told him to late for the invitation. He invited her, and secretly offered him a same cushions placed under the open scissor. This was to discover an witch or not. After serving the table, and invited her to eat something, but the old lady could not stand it had stuck. With this, the frightened young woman who was from the Tue who was visiting his home. If they hear not pass the law act, and misfortune that can happen to you. Count of Dracula. In the distant land of Transylvania, Count Dracula lived at the scene of a noble quarrel. It was said had died on state to those who did not meet their wishes and then drank their blood. But those days were over, and this count was kept away from other people attending social gatherings rarely. This time it was a reception in honor of the new doctor who arrived at the site with his beautiful niece Sophia and friend of the same name Ingrid. Count Dracula became fascinated with the boast of Sophia, but as the hearse was engaged, decided to approach her friend. He immediately took appropriate action, put a crucifix in the doorway of the room, threw the hearse, and made ring of garlic around with some monster could not approach her.
What would they say?
Not funny.
I was not. Me neither.
Ailes.
I think he.